Hi, my name is Bill. And before I tell you today's Bible story, I want to talk to you a little bit about magic. You know, when I was a little boy, I used to love to do magic shows. And oftentimes around Christmas time, my family would get me a magic set. And I would work on learning the tricks all week so that by New Year's Eve, I'd be able to put on a magic show. And sometimes I'd even show my sister how to do some of the tricks so that she could be a part of the act too. Now, as I look through the Bible, a lot of the things that Jesus did look like magic too. But there's a big difference between what Jesus did and what I did. See, I did magic tricks. And that's exactly what they were, tricks. And if I taught you how to do the tricks that I learned, you could do them too. That's very different from what Jesus did. You see, Jesus performed miracles. He performed what he did because of his power, not because of magic. So today, we're going to hear a true story, not about magic, but about a real miracle that Jesus did. A long time ago, when Jesus was on this earth, he had just finished talking to crowds of people about his Father God. And when he was finished, he was really tired. And so he went to some of his helpers and he said, "You know, I'm really tired, but I got to get to the other side of the lake. Can you help me?" And his friend said, "Sure, Jesus. Why don't you get into the back of our fishing boat and we'll take you across the lake." So Jesus got into one of the fishing boats and he closed his eyes and he took a little nap. And while he was sleeping, the men got hold of the oars and they began to take the boat across the lake. Well, when they got to about the middle of the lake, they looked up into the sky and they noticed that that beautiful blue sky was gone. And instead, there were big, dark storm clouds. And then it started to rain. And the rain came down harder and harder. And then the wind picked up and it started tossing the boat up and down on the waves. And the storm continued to grow. And all of a sudden, the helper said, "You know what? If we don't get help soon, we're all going to drown out here." Then they saw Jesus sleeping. And they went over to Jesus and they said, "Jesus, wake up. We're in the middle of a big storm. You got to help us or we're all going to drown." Well, you know what Jesus did? He slowly woke up. He saw the storm around him. He saw the fishermen and how scared they looked. And then he calmly walked to the front of the boat. He stretched out his arms and he said, "Waves calm, winds be still." And as soon as he said those words, the waves stopped and the storm stopped. And all you could hear was the gentle lapping of the water against the side of the boat. Jesus had calmed the storm. Well, then Jesus said, "Why were you so frightened? Didn't you know I was right here with you?" And his helpers realized that Jesus, he was right there. And he was powerful enough to help him in a really big crisis situation. Jesus was able to calm the storm with a miracle. You know, Jesus' friends were really frightened in that story, weren't they? What they didn't realize was that Jesus was so powerful that even the winds and seas obeyed him. All Jesus had to do was speak, and the entire storm stopped. Well, that's how powerful Jesus is. He can do miracles. And so when we're frightened, we can remember that we can always come to Jesus for help. Jesus performs miracles, even today. Well, that's all the time I have for you today, but I'll be back again with another true Bible story. So until then, bye-bye.